move to positions and not foul. They're going to have to work to make sure they keep their key players on the court as tip-off goes off, as the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to look like it be the Valkyrie ball.
I think it's also important that the Trojans offense make sure that they keep the ball and they're smart with it, because as you can't see it, but Converse's defense is ranked #1 in their conference in steals and steals per game. So make sure that they play with the ball smart.
Number 22 for the Converse Valkyries, Brianna Hill with a missed layup as Kennedy Jones brings down the board. Number 2, Nia Stiles with the ball, taking her time, looking to see what offense the Trojans want to make. She looks, passes it to number 24, Havens. Havens is looking, trying to get in that big gap in the paint as number 14, Jada Bacchus sets the screen for number 24, Havens. Havens with a missed jumper as number 10, Brianna James brings up the court. That was a good pass from number 23, Dominique Hill, down to number 21, Abigail Lewis in the paint. I knew Abigail Lewis is going to be a dominant force in that paint, so number 32, Kennedy Jones, has her work for her out tonight. What do you think there, Press?
I think you're right about that. And speaking from last game, that the Converse team and Abigail Lewis in specific had 27 points for the night, so definitely somebody to look out for.
Number 2, Nia Stiles just hit a good three-point shot, so she's getting her momentum started with that good open three-pointer as number 24, Havens, brings down the board and is pushing up the offense. Number 22 hits Nia Stiles for number 3, and it's like to be a miss and pulled out by number 23, Dominique Hill, as Dominique Hill pushes the offense for the Valkyrie, and number 22,
she was just
Brianna Hill, gets the layup. Number 24, Felicity Havens, has the ball and pulls up a nice little jumper, and it looks to go in for the Trojans. Number 23, Dominique Hill brings up the ball, hits Abigail Lewis as Lewis kicks it out to number 3 as their offense looks to reshape, and it's number 22, Brianna Hill, hits the jumper. Looks like the Converse Valkyries, has come out swinging just as hard as the Trojans have on both sides of the court. So now the Trojans are going to have to look to try to capitalize on both momentums. As number 24, Felicity Havens, gets a wide open lane for a layup.
She made that one look easy.
She does. She's able to do that. She's got a lot of athletic ability. And when you give number 24, Havens, an open lane, she'll take full advantage of it.
Something I've noticed the past 2 or 3 plays is that Kennedy Jones and I believe it is number 21, Abigail Lewis, have done well screening other players to be able for the other players to get good takes and good baskets and open layups. So that should be interesting to see the rest of the game.
As number 22, Brianna Hill, gets the offensive rebound and a putback as we head to timeout called by the Converse Valkyries, and we'll be right back here to the Trojan Sports Network. I could not get it out. For the life of me, I could not get it out.
I don't know what a Valkyrie is.
Yeah. Ten seconds. And we're back on the Trojan Sports Network as we're coming off a timeout called by the Trojans. And I gotta say, the momentum is coming in to Converse Valkyries ballpark because they're coming out swinging. They've already scored 10 unanswered points, I got from my perspective, because they've been able to come out and match for match the points that the Trojans are putting up on the board. So, Preston, how do you think the Trojans are going to be able to stop the momentum that the Valkyries are creating right now?
I think they're playing, if I'm honest with you here, I feel like they're playing a little bit sporadic on defense. A couple times the Converse Valkyries have been wide open on the perimeter. So just a little bit of a more high pressure on defense, I believe, will help with unanswered points, as you said.
I agree with you. Like I said, the Trojans are going to have to settle down, and as just like we were talking about, number 21, Hope Tolliver, has a steal, and number 2, Nia Stiles, is going to look to set up an offense for the Trojans as she goes in for a layup and makes a good open layup. So it's defense like that the Trojans are going to have to produce tonight in order to knock off the Converse Valkyries, is being in the right place at the right time, as number 21, Hope Tolliver, again gets another steal. Nia Stiles hits number 21, Hope Tolliver, for a layup, and Hope Tolliver gets fouled and will head to the line as number 3 for the Valkyries will be charged with their first personal foul. Name is Paige Johnson. Will get her first foul as number 21, Hope Tolliver, takes 2.
Hope Tolliver there with a missed free throw. She is currently, her percentage on free throws right now is, or was at 100%, 57.5%. And she will miss both of them.
As number 14, Jada Bacchus, gets an over-the-back call, and that'll be her first foul, as to be the first team foul for the Trojans. As number 23, Dominique Hill, brings the ball up for the Converse Valkyries.
That's some high pressure I like to see.
Oh yeah, I like their three-quarter defense, because they play a high trap and try to get them trapped in the corners to use that half-court line to their advantage as pretty much a 6th defender. As number 24, Felicity Havens, is looking to get some kind of offense going, hits 21, Hope Tolliver, and as Tolliver misses the layup, number 21, Abigail Lewis, grabs down the board. Number 10 for the Valkyries, Brianna James, with a missed 3, and number 22, Tamar Harris, grabs down the board and has helped bringing the ball up.
Speaking of rebounds, the University of Mount Olive is currently ranked first in the conference in rebounds per game. So
we got a lot. That means the Trojans are very good at getting their extra possessions, which they're going to need, because it's better to just be on offense than on defense the entire time, in my personal opinion.
I would tend to agree with you there.
Like I say, you work so much harder on defense than you do on offense.
Oh, yeah.
On offense, you can just kind of take your time, play around with it, try to find the right shot. As number 2, Nia Stiles, hits an open three-pointer, and the excitement you see on her face really shows how the momentum is switching towards the Mount Olive Trojans.
You can see from the first part of the game to this after the break, they have gone on a lead as they are now 19-10.
Oh yeah, that was a great push from the Trojans as they just went on on an 11-point run with the 11 unanswered points, and that's going to be hard for the Converse Valkyries to match up against as we get back to you from a media timeout from the Trojan Sports Network. Sorry, I wanted to answer what you were saying.
You're good, man.
Just go back to it. There. And we're back on the Trojan Sports Network as number 23, Dominique Hill, brings the ball up and is looking to set up an offense for the Converse Valkyries. Number 21, Abigail Lewis, turns the ball over, and number 22, Tamar Harris, with the steal.
That was a great
pass from Havens to Hope Tolliver, as Hope Tolliver loses it and is stolen by the Valkyries.
In her defense, though, I believe she was about triple teamed there.
She was. To be honest, I don't know how Havens got that ball in there, but still, I mean, Hope had a chance. It was a good, I guess, offensive play for the Trojans. As number 21, Abigail Lewis, gets another board, another basket in for the Converse Valkyries.
Speaking of Felicity Havens, I mean, I hate to say this, but it's a bit of not an unusual thing to see her make those passes. She has been instrumental in getting the Mount Olive Trojans points.
Oh, I agree with you. It is crazy. I've worked with her for many years, and it's just blows my mind how high her basketball IQ is, how well she can see the floor and see passes that you wouldn't, from my perspective, wouldn't even attempt to.
Oh,
like it's like I would be like, how did she make that pass? There would be like maybe a paper thin kind of gap, and she somehow knows how to get that ball in there and get an assist and help distribute that ball a lot more. As number 22, Tamar Harris hits a three-pointer and is assisted by number 2, Nia Stiles.
She was wide open there. Ooh.
She's going to be out on the Trojans. There's going to be Converse ball on the baseline, as number 23 will take it out. I got to say, the Trojans have been able to answer every offensive feat from Converse. So I got to see how Converse is going to capitalize. 21, I got to say, she's just dominating. Number 21, Abigail Lewis. Off the break, she had 2, and she just had 6 unanswered points already. So she's already getting 8 points as well as 4 rebounds. So she's already dominating at the beginning half of this game. As number 2, Nia Stiles with another three-pointer. Like I said early in the broadcast, when she sees that rim, it's like an ocean. She can't miss. She just can't miss.
She can't. Abigail Lewis has had 2 breakout games, though. Considering the fact that she had 27 points, her average is only 12.5, and she's already close to making that in the first quarter. So.
And number 2, Nia Stiles with another three-pointer. That is 3 in the ballgame tonight. I gotta say, she is on fire tonight as she's hitting all of her marks. As the Converse Valkyries are trying to answer every feat that the Trojans are putting out their way.
They are certainly looking to get back or rebound from their previous game.
That was a great pass from number 24, Felicity Havens. As number 21, Hope Tolliver gets the layup and 2 more points on the board for the UMO Trojans. I have to say, if you're Converse right now, you're going to offensively, you're trying to look to be a little bit patient with the ball, trying to find some way, some gap to get an open look to your guards or to your post player, and try to maybe utilize the number 21. Like we were saying, she's been a good key factor for her, and just trying to see how they can use the post to their advantage.
Yeah, I think they're forcing shots a little bit, and I think it'd be exceptionally wise in their thoughts to maybe get it more to the post area.
I agree with you, Preston. I gotta say, they look to be shaken up off after this run that the Trojans are still producing. They have been on looks like it'd be like another 15-point run, and it seems like the Converse has had issues answering this run. As number 14, Jada Bacchus, gets the offensive board and the putback, and 2 more points are added. As the score is 32-16, Trojans lead with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. As number 21, Hope Tolliver, gets another steal for the Trojans. I gotta say, Hope Tolliver is doing really good in the post. She's been able to answer the Converse working in the post. She's already got 4 steals in about 6 minutes, so that's really good for a post player to have 6 steals. Or excuse me, 4 steals in 6 minutes. As Felicity Havens tries to get her on board, and looks like to be getting tangled up as a jump ball has occurred, and it's still going to be Trojans ball underneath at the baseline. Go ahead, Preston, my bad.
Oh, it's good, it's good. You can see Wendy Lee shouting instructions there. She is definitely one to speak her mind.
And number 2, Nia Stiles with another three-pointer. That is 4 in this quarter right now. She is hitting her marks and she's hitting her shots, as the Trojans are leading 35-16 with 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
I tell you what, Austin, that was almost from downtown, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness, man, that was like an NBA 3, man. She had at least good 10 feet behind the arc.
That's what I was thinking.
Seemed to be a foul from the previous play from Hope Tolliver. That'll be her first, as it's going to be the Trojans' second. As time was winding down, we have 4 seconds left in the first quarter as number 24, Felicity Havens, pulls up a last-second three and drains it as the clock expires. What a shot for number 24, Felicity Havens, as the quarter ends with the Trojans leading 38-16. We'll be right back with the second quarter on the Trojans Sports Network. Like I said, the Trojans are on what? 22-6 run right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Get some bows. How much time do we have left, Trevor? 10 seconds? Okay. And we're back on the Trojan Sports Network to start the second quarter, as Converse will be taking the ball out to begin the second quarter. Number 5 for Converse will take out. And Converse is going to have to look to come out and start this second quarter strong. What do you think, Preston?
I think you're right, and I think you made a very good point about them playing smart. They definitely have to be wise with the ball, and their decision-making right now is just a little, I don't want to say subpar, but a little bit that way. I think if they make their decisions wise, they'll be right back in the game.
I agree with you, Preston. And we're going to look at the first quarter stats. Nia Stiles is 7 for 8 from the field, 5 for 6. I repeat, 5 for 6 from the three-point line now. She's already got 19 points out of the 38 already. That is just amazing to see.
It is amazing. I called it, by the way.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the game, I called it.
As number 24, Felicity Havens, is right behind her. She's 3 for 6, 1 for 2 from the three-point, and she already has 7 points total for herself as well. So we got a lot of producing from the Trojans early on in this game, as Felicity Havens is on the line shooting 2, and she knocks down that first one. Number 20, Kelly Post, is checking in for the Trojans, as Tamara Harris will take a quick breather. It looks like we're going to have to see what the Converse is going to do to match this momentum the Trojans are going to have been producing, and how they're going to lock down Nia Stiles. Because if you can lock down Nia Stiles, then it might give the Converse a chance to get back in this ball game.
Exactly. She currently has 19 of the 40 points for Mount Olive.
As you just saw, man, she's got another steal. Looks like Havens couldn't hold on to the hot sauce that Nia Stiles was dishing her way, but it was still a good pass. It looks like the momentum is still in the favor of the Trojans, as they're playing a 1-3-1 half-court zone. They're trying to get quick steals and quick traps against the Converse, as number 21, Abigail Lewis for Converse, is still producing and still showing life for this Converse defense and Converse team right now.
Most definitely. I think she has been their star for this first and second quarter, and we talked about her being an important player for Converse, and she has definitely owned up to that.
Like I was saying a couple possessions ago, they were going to have to put a lot of pressure on Stiles, and they were just double teaming her, and it looked like she was unable to handle that kind of pressure. Yeah. So I gotta wonder, is that a good factor and something good to see if you're the Converse coach, to see that, okay, to hold down Nia Stiles, we're going to have to put a matchup of maybe a double team, or maybe just our best point guard against this shooting guard to help maybe get some flushiness from Stiles.
You're right.
As they're doing it again, as you can see, to Felicity Havens, as the Trojans turn the ball over, and it's going to be Valkyrie ball once again. Number 23 for Converse, Dominique Hill, seems to taking her time, trying to survey what the Trojans are doing on the defensive end. And they're taking their time, passing her around the perimeter, seeing what kind of shots they got. As number 10 goes in for the layup and makes it. Number 10, Brianna James with a nice layup as they put 2 more points for the Converse side of the board.
That was a smart play by Niall Stiles, just able to keep the ball and letting her teammates get back.
Oh, yeah, that's very smart. If you don't have the numbers, it's always good to bring the ball back and just wait until you got the numbers set and then find a good offense to go against that defense.
You're right.
As number 24, Felicia Havens, gets a nice pass to Hope Tolliver as she can't finish it. And it'll be another foul committed, another over-the-back foul, for Jada Bacchus. That'll be her second. It's going to be the team first of the first quarter. Like I say, the Converse is able to capitalize and is right now has got one of their key Trojans' key players, Jada Bacchus, on the bench with 2 fouls, which I gotta say is a smart tactic to start slowly getting their star to get a momentum towards the Converse side, is getting their Trojan Stars players out of the game with fouls. As, like we were stating before, their free throws. They love to get to that free throw line. As you can see, as Abigail Lewis just got the and 1 and is only going to be on the line shooting 1 free throw.
You're right. And Abigail Lewis is 68% from the line.
That's still good. It's not good, but I say it's pretty decent in my retrospect. That's from the free throw line. That's pretty good. To get there. Good. But that means if she's 68%, that means she's been going to the line a lot, as she has been to the line. Let me find it right here. She's been to the line. Looks to be, but seems I lost it. My apologies. But we're going to get back to it as the Converse has scored 2 more points on the board. And the Trojans are going to look to answer back, because it looks like Converse is going on. Looks to be a 10-point run as the Trojans look to set up an offense. As Nia Stiles with another 3, and it looks to be picked off by number 10, Brianna James. Number 23, Dominique Hill takes her time, sets up the offense for the Valkyrie. She takes a 3-pointer from deep range and sinks it, as Converse is bringing momentum back and has cut this lead down to 40-30 with 6:25 remaining in the second quarter. Valkyrie is in a man-to-man defense against the UMO Trojans, and looks like they'll be doubling off screens right now, as number 24, Felicity Havens, with a 15-foot jumper, sinks it in for the Trojans. As the Trojans get a good, to try to cut in this run that the Converse is making, as number 22 for Converse shoots a 3 and is wide high for that 3-pointer, as number 2, Nia Stiles, gets the rebound. There's going to be a foul on number 11, Lindsay Rogers. That's going to be her first personal foul. It's going to be the second one for Converse team fouls.
You could see Nia Stiles a little unhappy with that call. I think she wanted to go on the free throw line.
Yep, as 24, Felicity Havens with another 15-foot jumper sinks it in for the Trojans, as the Trojans are leading now 44-30. Number 10, Brianna James with a missed 3. And it's going to looks to be rolled out on the offensive end. Is going to be the Trojans' ball, as 24, Felicity Havens will be taking it out. I have to say, the Converse has been able to really match this the Trojans this quarter.